Today I'm going to show you how to make a really delicious and simple shrimp pad thai. I know this is a restaurant favorite, but it's also really simple to make at home. A lot of other recipes will use more ingredients, but I really wanted to boil it down to the essential components for the everyday home cook. We're going to concentrate on making really flavorful shrimp, al dente noodles, and dynamic tasting sauce. First, you want to prep your ingredients. I always start with the noodles. These days, you can find your pad thai noodles pretty much in any ethnic section of a grocery store. If you don't see them clearly labeled as pad thai noodles, you just want to look for flat rice noodles that are slightly translucent. So just to note, these noodles are not made like Italian pasta. You can follow the package instruction, but basically what you want to do is soak them in water that's been brought up to boiling for about 5 to 8 minutes. And that won't get them really soggy. It'll just get them nice and soft and chewy, which is exactly what we want. Once the noodles have all been soaked, you just want to drain them and set them aside. I usually toss it with a little bit of oil to prevent sticking. So while the noodles are getting done, you can go ahead and defrost your shrimp in some lukewarm water. I typically like to use shrimp that's been peeled but still have their tails on for that extra flavor. Next, we're gonna get our vegetables all ready. We're gonna chop up some green onions. We're gonna keep the green parts and the white parts separate because we're gonna use them for 2 different things. We're also gonna mince some garlic, and we're also gonna chop up some peanuts. If no one is allergic to peanuts, of course. And then the next step is we're gonna go ahead and whisk together 2 to 4 eggs. That really depends on how much additional protein you wanna add to your dinner. And then it is time to make our dynamic tasting sauce. One of the reasons that Thai food is so great is because it really melds a lot of different flavors together. So for the sauce, we're gonna start with the base of chicken stock. And to that, we're gonna add brown sugar, which provides sweetness. We're gonna add fish and soy sauce, which provide that salty umami flavor. And then we're gonna add tamarind paste, which is a little bit of a sour mixture. And then we're gonna put in our minced garlic. If you can't find tamarind or fish sauce in your normal grocery store, you can go look up your local Asian grocery store, or you can order these things online as well. So after your sauce is all mixed up together, we're gonna pour about 2 to 3 tablespoons of it over our shrimp. And that's gonna get our shrimp nice and marinated and tasting really, really good when we cook it. Okay, so now that we have our ingredients nice and prepped, we have all of our ingredients in place, our mise en place, it is time to get cooking in our wok. You want to take your wok and heat it up over medium-high heat, and to that add a tablespoon or 2 of oil. And then we're going to gently place the shrimp into our oil. You want to pour that shrimp into the wok as close to the oil as possible to prevent any oil from spattering onto you. You're going to sear the shrimp about 2 minutes on each side to make sure it gets nice and caramelized and golden and full of flavor from that sauce you've been marinating it in. Once the shrimp has been seared, you want to move it out of the pan, set it aside, and then return the wok back to medium-high heat. We're gonna add another tablespoon of oil, and to that we're gonna add our the white parts of our chopped green onions with a little bit of salt, saute that up, and then we're gonna throw in our whisked eggs and just scramble them up into the pan. Once your eggs are scrambled, set them aside, and then we're gonna throw our noodles in here with the remainder of our sauce. And just slowly let that sauce get absorbed in the noodles so those noodles get coated in them, but also get some of that flavor into the noodles, which is exactly what we want. So once the noodles absorb all of that delicious sauce, you wanna add your shrimp back in, you're gonna throw your green onions in, and then you're also gonna add a little bit of lime juice as well to provide that extra finish, that kick of acid at the end. And now the important thing is it's time to taste. So if you need more sugar or some sweetness, add some brown sugar. If you feel like it needs more salt, then add a little bit more fish sauce or soy sauce. You can use a little bit more sourness or acid, add the tamarind sauce, or a little bit more lime juice. So again, just trust your taste. You know what's gonna taste best for your palate. Once you get it to your liking, go ahead and add your chopped peanuts to your dish, and you feel free to garnish it with a wedge of lime in case anyone wants an extra kick of acid. I bet you that everyone's gonna gobble this up and there's gonna be nothing left over, and you will be ordering this a lot less in restaurants because now you know how to make it at home. Enjoy!